Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday. It's the Taproom, and I'm Teresa. Welcome tonight for our Tap Talks, another in our Tuesday night series. If you've been tuning in, you know that we most recently had Santas here. We've had Silver Badgers here. Do with that information what you will. We've had authors here. And so tonight we are so pleased to have the Madison Gay Hockey Association here, represented by Kriona Hagen. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, I like your earrings. Do you like mine?
Yes, I do. They're gorgeous.
So we're going to talk about the Gay Hockey Association, which is kind of a misnomer, as you will find. Talk about sort of who they are, what they do, how much they've grown. We were talking a little bit before the broadcast tonight, just about the sort of sheer. I'm wondering where all these hockey players come from, but I am aware that I'm in Wisconsin, so I know that there is that. So I think with that, Kriona, let's talk a little bit about I guess just a little bit about sort of who you all are. And generally, and talk a little bit too, if you wouldn't mind, about where it is that you play, and then we can get to talking about sort of all sorts of things with your group. How you find your members and how long you've been around and all of that. But why don't you just maybe give us sort of a broad statement, because I loved some of the things that you were saying, that like life is never just about work or just about hockey. It's it's a microcosm no matter where you are, and so I think these guys have that nailed. So if you'd let us know that.
Yeah, so the MGHA is a queer hockey community. It is a developmental league focused on people who have historically been marginalized from sports. So if you are queer, if you're a person of color, it used to be also if you are a woman, but eventually we reached gender parity in the league. So it's, if you've ever been excluded from a team sport, like those are the people that we are trying to get to come skate with us.
That's great. And so I hope everybody's hearing that as we talk more about potential membership and so forth.
Come skate with us.
Yeah, there's room for everybody, it sounds like. And speaking of that, we have a friend with us here tonight, Nathaniel from the league, who told me that how long have you been
in the league?
Yeah.
2 months.
Okay. Oh, he's been in the league 2 months. He's already doing some great things too, I understand. So he's been in the league for 2 months, and when he came in, I hope he doesn't mind me saying this part, but he didn't know how to skate. And I thought that was really awesome, because I do know how to skate, but I'm old and I broke my foot, and they're like, they've heard these things before. But so the part about taking people from the very beginning. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So we recruit people who have never skated before. Like, we really mean that. We'll teach you how to skate. We will teach you how to fall down. We'll teach you how to get back up again. Like, those
Did
are
you
the
fall
first
on your
things.
butt, Nathaniel, or not?
Oh, tons of times.
Everybody falls.
Because that's the place to fall. Don't fall on your knees.
Hundreds of times.
Don't fall on your knees. Don't hit your head.
Right.
But yeah, the idea is we're trying to make a community where you don't have to know hockey in order to be a part of it. Like, we will teach you, and you can get better and fall in love with it, or you can just not get better and just enjoy playing with your friends. Like, that is great, and that is okay.
That brings up an interesting point that we didn't talk about beforehand, which is the rules of hockey. So there's learning how to skate, and then there's applying that knowledge, which I've not had the pleasure. I do watch hockey. I go to UW games. My sweetie is really into the Blackhawks, and so we watch some Blackhawks games. But I've never had to take the rules that as much as I know them and apply them to my feet and the rest of my body. So how does that happen?
So we have bench coaches. We've got three skill divisions. There's the beginner division, there's intermediate, and there's advanced. And for the beginner division, we will have bench coaches. So they will sit behind the players and then give them tips like, this is what you should be doing. Do you know why you were offsides? Do you know what offsides is? We do a lot of we have like a hockey 101 before the season starts for all the people who are new. It's like, okay, this is what icing is. This is where you stand at a face-off. Like, this is how all the different things work.
I think, that's pretty important, because it is not just about the skate. And then tell me a little bit about, I asked you about this before too, the equipment. I'm guessing that feels a lot different, right, Nathaniel? I'm guessing so there's the skating and there's the rules,
Yes.
and then there's carrying around all that other stuff.
So when people are new to the league, we will pair them up with a mentor, and then the mentor will help them with whatever questions they have, whatever they need to figure out. And the MGHA has a stock of donated gear. So we can typically outfit
Oh.
players without them having to go out and buy a lot of pieces because the hockey gear can get really expensive.
Yeah.
And if you're a goalie can get ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So we have a gear fund to help people who need help on the financial side, and then a lot of donated gear that we can just give people.
Oh, yeah, that's great. I mean,
Mhm.
normally in my experience, you hear the hockey parents talking if their kids
Mhm.
start playing hockey. It's like, oh dear God,
Yeah, we don't want the
Get in
financials
another
to be
job. Yeah.
a barrier to you being able to participate in the league.
that's so great.
Mhm.
So can you talk a little bit about where it is that you guys play at the moment?
Yeah, so this last season, we decided to expand. So we did an expansion proposal and we had the membership vote on it. So this year is the first year where we are playing in 2 different rinks on Sunday night at the same time. We've been in Capital Ice in Middleton for a number of years now, but we were bursting at the seams. We were starting our games at 3 p.m. and ending them at 11 p.m., and we just didn't have enough ice
Ending
time.
them, or starting the end?
Typically ending. So like the
Okay.
latest game would start like
But
9:50
still,
and then
yeah.
finish around
That's a
11.
lot,
and
especially on
that's
a Sunday.
late. So now that we have a second rink at DeForest, we're able to move some of the games there so that way we can have more teams and people don't have to come in as early or stay.
And
as
they're all
late.
on Sunday night, it looks like.
All on Sunday
right?
night, every Sunday, every week, yes, except for things
Okay.
like holidays and Super Bowl.
Are
weekend.
there some groups that you join will say that you have to do X number of events to stay in the league or stay
Oh.
in the team or stay in the whatever?
No, we don't have that. So we have
Okay.
a very robust subbing system where if you
Nice.
say, I can't attend this game, anyone in the league can sign up to play. And if someone of your skill level is absent, you can sub on that team. So a lot of new people are scared of this because they're worried, like, what if I'm new and I'm not good and I'm going to let the team down? And you're replacing someone of your skill level. So it's okay.
And so the games, I'm assuming, are sorted that way. So the beginners play the beginners and the
Mhm.
intermediate and
Yep.
advanced.
And then on like Thanksgiving, when people are typically out of town, we'll do scrimmages where it is the beginner and the intermediate division together and mixed. So that way
Oh,
the
nice.
people who are
Okay.
pretty good beginners can try what it would be like playing in an intermediate division.
I think that's probably important to make that next step. Tell me about, I was looking on the website and the first thing that, well, you see how many teams there are, you see all the different colors. Well, first you see that in the team, the picture, which you
Mhm.
can talk about how many people there must be in that picture too, but all the colors on the jerseys or t-shirts, whatever it is that y'all are wearing. And then the colors indicate the teams and you go down the schedule and the names are hysterical. Can you talk a little bit about
Yeah.
that?
So last season we had 260 skaters, and our wait list was 150 people long. And so that's why we went through the discussions of, okay, we have queer people who want to join, who we can't make space for. We need to find a solution. And so we ended up going with a second rink. And now we are at 360 skaters and 24 teams.
Wow.
So there is the preseason where for the new people, it is learn how to play hockey. For the more advanced skaters, it's shake the rust off. And then there is a team formation process where we print out a card for everybody, and then the team gets together on a pool table and shuffles it around and tries to balance teams. That way, they're all rough in each division, they're all roughly the same skill level. And then we have a team reveal night where our hockey ops commissioner Tim loves to come up with a game to.
Nathaniel's laughing, y'all, just so you know. He's over there doing this like sort of inner circle kind of giggle.
Tim really loves his games. And so then everyone gets assigned to a team, and then you know what color you're on. And then the team gets together and decides what do we want to be named. So last year we had a team named Homo Depot.
That's never not going to be funny.
It's a good name. Last year my team was Yeti to Rumble. This year it's Gravity Storm. So whenever anyone trips and falls down, we shout Gravity Storm. There was an Oops All Kermits. There's the Rink Pony Club. Like there's some really creative names.
So, and here's some more. I didn't even see those, but for some reason, the blue team being called Blutonium is just killing me. The yellow team is called Cirque du Soleil. Oh, okay, why is the green team called Lawn and Order? Just because they're green?
I think so. And what you do is you can pick what name you want on the back of your jersey. So people will often go with the themed name for the team. And like if you've never been on a team sport, maybe you want your last name because that can be pretty meaningful to have your last name on a
Oh,
jersey.
yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Okay, so this is a riff on a thing. Be gray, do cry.
Yes.
And they're the gray team. I love, and the blue team is called the Cookie Monsters because, of course, they are.
Yep. And one of the skaters has a jersey that says "Om Nom Nom."
This is the kind of thing that just makes me laugh for hours. And if any of my friends or family are watching, they already know this about me. So yeah, tell them I'll be old and gray, and I'll be looking up your teams to see what their names are every year. Do they change them every year?
Yep. So every year, now this is different from how most hockey clubs work. Every year, we reshuffle the teams. So you are only with the people you're playing with for that season. And this means that the next season you're playing against your friends. And it helps you learn more people in the league. It's not like a lot of hockey clubs are, this is your team, and you play with them year after year. And that's really great for building those friendships, those really solid friendships on the team. But with the MGHA, you get a broader community that way, where you meet new people every year. Maybe you have a play with request and you play with some people you get along with really well.
Oh, so you can do that. That's,
Yeah,
I was going to
yep.
ask. So you said you called it a play with request.
Yep.
So you can be on. You can bring a group of friends and sign
Yeah,
up together.
and we don't want too many people. Like we want to be able to balance based on skill. But if you're someone's ride or if you're
Oh, sure.
married, like okay, yeah, you can be on the same team.
Yeah, that's cool. So tell me the part too. I don't know if you exactly said this, but you talked about the the number of people and how you sort of had to expand. But I think you have a little boast to share about
Yes, so
about that, right?
we were neck and neck with the Toronto Gay Hockey Association
Ah,
for the largest gay hockey
Toronto
league in the world.
Canadians.
We were both around like 240, 250, 260, and now this year we're at 360 skaters. So we blew them out of the water. So largest gay hockey league in the world, in Madison of all places.
Take off hosers. Okay, so I want to get if Nathaniel, would you be interested in coming up here and talking about your experience? Let me just do a couple more things, and then I'll let you come shake it up. Okay, and you can tell us how much you want, however much you want to tell us about getting shaken up. So, do you want to talk a little bit about sort of who started the group and sort of how long have you been around? Who started the group? What's your current operating structure? Because you had mentioned that you're all volunteer, which is amazing to me. I love that for you. So, yeah, if you could just talk about that kind of background stuff, then we'll
Yeah.
have Nathaniel come up.
So it was the league formed back in 2006. Patrick Farabaugh came from New York playing in the New York Gay Hockey Association, and he was really struggling with the toxic hockey culture. Like it is less accepting of beginners, and he found that really challenging as a beginner skater. So when he moved to Madison, he made a point of we are going to make a hockey league with a different culture, and he kept to that. And as the league grew over the year, he made sure that when he invited people who already knew how to play hockey, that they understood the culture, that this was developmental, that this was inclusive, that it was beginner friendly. And he stuck with that. And that's been a really core component of our league. That's been something that people who play in the MGHA and then go elsewhere really struggle to recreate, because you really have to get in at the ground level and then stay on top of culture and don't let any of the existing hockey culture.
That's really interesting because I thought personally, and I think it's easy to think about new people coming in, whether it's, me who couldn't probably integrate the skating in the rules, or whether it's Nathaniel who is from Texas and needs to know how to skate, because that's, I guess there's things I would need to learn if I moved to Texas too. So it's sort of like that's a trajectory that it's easy to think of. I never thought about the folks sort of coming the other way, if you will. Maybe they played high school, maybe they played college, who knows,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, and for the people who are new, maybe they were bullied in high school. Maybe they've never played a team
Sure,
sport before. That's
sure.
terrifying.
Oh yeah. Maybe they were last picked for
Yeah.
kickball.
Yeah, and so those are the people who are like, we want you in the league.
Oh my God. That is so great. So with that, Nathaniel, if you want to come up, I'll give you guys a little bit, however long you want, and just call me back up and I'll be here with my cider, my hard cider from Monaco Brewing Company. But talk about your experience if you would. And I think you have some stories. So Kriona told me this great idea that they have of having people write essays about their experiences. So they have this all documented and they can refer back to it, encourage people. So I love that. So
Oh yeah, and so I guess one other quick tangent was
Sure.
that so Patrick is the owner of Our Lives magazine.
right, busiest man in town. It
Yes.
seems like to me.
Yep. So he ran the MGHA for quite some time, but then it got overwhelming. So now we have a volunteer board of directors who runs the league, and so I'm president this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
A good president.
Thank you. I like to think so.
That's great. Okay. All right. You ready, Nathaniel? Thank you.
Sure.
I'm not putting you on the spot.
Not at all.
Fine.
That's what I do.
I guess I'm glad I did my hair before. Hi. So yeah, I just showed up. I wasn't expecting to talk, but here we are. I get myself into these things, I think, sometimes just by being myself.
It's your brush with greatness.
Right. Yeah. So my name is Nathaniel Blakely. As I guess has been alluded to multiple times. I'm not from here. Yeah. So I grew up in Texas, near Houston, actually. Moved to Madison in March. Did Badgerland softball this summer.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
then, so several of my friends were talking about the MGHA.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I met Tim's husband,
Paul. Yeah.
at Middleton Pride
Mhm.
and saw the table and walked up to him and was like, "So, I don't skate." I was like, "I've never skated in my whole life. Can I do this?" He's like, yes, you can." So it was kind of a fun. So I signed up. Got a call from recruiting. Matt Tomley called me.
Oh.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation. So Matt has, if you've ever met Matt, if you haven't, Matt is like stereotypical hockey dude, bro, in like the best way
Yes.
possible. You know, like, so he called me and I signed up. Yeah, so my first time literally ever on skates was first clinic.
Amazing.
And I had the wrong size skates.
No.
They were too
no.
small. Yeah.
No.
It was like a half a size too small. So I was in pain the whole time trying to
Yep.
learn how to skate. No, no. Yeah, so that's been like what,
Yeah, that's only a couple months ago.
2 months ago,
Yeah.
3 months ago now.
So how many games have you had so far?
Oh, I would have to count. So we're
think it's like
we're
3
in
or
week
4,
3 or 4,
Something like that, yeah.
and I've subbed 2 or 3 of those weeks at this
Amazing.
point. So I've basically like played, I think every week except for one, I've played multiple games.
Mhm.
So this last week I was in 2 games. The week of Thanksgiving we didn't play. I played 2 games the week before back to back. And then I think opening week I played a week. I played a game. I was off an hour and then played a different game. Yeah, so like I'm just kind of going all out there.
I feel like the hockey bug bit you too.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I joined the MJJ because I wanted to be better at skating, not because I cared about hockey or team sports or any of that. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think if I do a thing, I'll be a pretty skater. And so I fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, son, sign me up for all the games.
Right. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Just like
I
I'll
joined
play in
another
everything.
league. I play in 2 leagues.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been crazy. I remember. You may not remember this, but this was something you said to me. And it at the time was like, ugh, and now I'm like, okay. So she said at one point, and this was during a scrimmage, and I'm really gonna throw you under the bus, and I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, no.
She looks at me and she's like, to help your team, you have to be on your feet. Like, I've been skating for 3 weeks.
Now, to be fair, I have this problem of I will get knocked over because I'm tall. My center of gravity is very high. I'm easy to knock over, and I'm just like, I have to be on the ice and skating in order to help my team.
Yes,
So
yes,
it was forefront in
yes.
my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really do throw you under the bus under the most love possible. But I mean, it's also true. Like you've
Mhm.
got to be on your feet.
Mhm.
Which is ironic, as in this last week, literally I'm healing up from a concussion from falling on my face into the
I
boards.
mean, I wasn't wrong.
right. Yeah. So that's, I mean, So that's been my experience. And I was, as we were talking about earlier, I was, obviously growing up in East Texas, deeply bullied, deeply harassed, I was the soccer manager in high school. Like that was probably the closest thing I ever got to like actual team sport. And even then it was kind of felt like super awkward. So really having moved to Madison was a fun experience for me to get to like meet, gay, queer people, and, get to spend time with my own folks. And then Badgerland and then MGHA this winter has been, just fantastic of just, it is, I am a competitive person kind of naturally. If you've ever met me, that I am very competitive. But it is also fun to just be like, it's not that serious. Like, do I want to win? Of course I want to win. I don't think people like losing inherently, but it's also not that deep.
It's not the focus.
Right.
My captains every week send out an email that says, we don't care if we win or lose. They just reinforce it every week.
Yeah.
And they actually mean it.
Yeah. So Tim is my captain this week.
Tim's amazing.
I love Tim. And his thing is always like, did you have fun?
Yep.
I'm like, yes, we did. I mean, I would have liked to have won and had fun, but fine. Like, yeah.
I joined the league because I wanted to learn how to skate better. And I sort of knew how to skate before. I could move forward and I could turn, but I couldn't stop or do anything else. And I nearly quit before the first games because I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to join. I'm going to learn how to skate. And then I realized, oh no, team sport. I can't do team sport. Like team sports are awful. And my recruiter had to like talk me into, no, you can try it and then you can quit if you don't like it.
Yeah.
So it can be really terrifying.
Yeah. One of the new skate instructors, Mark, who's a fantastic human being, deeply terrifying the first time I ever met him. He screams everything that is like danger when you look at him, and is a lovely, fantastic human being. Correct. Yes. Like that trend, like will kill you is a cinnamon roll. It looks like he will kill you is actually a cinnamon roll. This is Mark. But one of the things he said that has really helped me so much was like, this is hard. It's hard. I think I described it to someone as I feel like I'm walking and chewing bubblegum and rubbing my belly and patting my head all at the same time.
With knives on your feet.
Correct. And a literal stick in your hand. Like it's hard. And so just keeping that like in back of mind of like, are you, you're going to get better. You're going to, keep practicing, keep doing it. And it's going to come along. One of my teammates is a professor at UW, and one day she was very upset during a game, and I asked her, I was like, "Have you learned something?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I have, haven't I?" I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like, you succeeded. You did the thing, right?" And so I sometimes. And I have no idea where I'm going with this train of thought, so we're just going to ride it till it goes out. But it was something that was really nice for me to just remember, like, I'm not good at this. Like, I want to be better and I want to continue being better, but like, I also don't have to, like, I struggle sometimes with if I don't walk out there and I'm immediately successful, then I'm like, I'm out. I don't want it. But this was it's hard. It's been hard and it will continue being hard. Hopefully I don't have another concussion anytime soon.
Please don't. And there's also, in the MGHA, there's no expectation you get better.
Yeah.
You don't have to improve. If you just enjoy hanging out with your friends and playing hockey, that is perfectly okay.
Yeah.
That is not a problem at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been, and it is really fun to watch people of all skill levels. Like some of my best friends are people who have played hockey for decades, who've been playing hockey like as long as I've been alive, which is older than some people and less old than others. But like they've been playing for ages and ages and ages. And then other of my best friends are people who stepped on the ice for the first time in October with the rest of us. Like one of the guys on my team, we were literally in like the side group that was learning how to skate on the very first day while other people were like doing hockey stuff. And we're like, I don't know how to move from there to there. I'm not doing that. Like I don't know how to do that.
That was my experience joining. I had played soccer before coming to hockey, so I got on the ice and I knew where I needed to go. I just couldn't get there.
Yes. The preseason clinic where it was like, okay, we're gonna skate backwards today, and it's like, I can barely move forward. What do you mean you want me to go backwards? I can almost skate backwards now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It took me a while. Like I had to stare at people who were doing it to try to figure out the mechanics.
I think the other thing that's funny sometimes is when you ask people who've been playing hockey for ages and ages and ages,
Mhm.
they have no idea how to explain to you
Yes.
how to do it. They're like, you just
do it.
You just do it. You're like, helpful.
That's
Thank
gonna
you.
be you, Nathaniel. That's gonna be you.
I hope not, like honestly, but thank you for the vote of confidence.
And then the other point I want to make is that people who are new, who are not good at hockey, are not letting down the team.
Yes.
We will pass the puck to you, and we don't care if you miss it. We will pass it to you again. We will keep passing it to you.
Yes. Yeah. It is a ton of fun to get out there and just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't. Obviously, I'm in the beginner league. If that wasn't obvious by now. But yeah, it's just people who you have people who we're passing the puck to them, and the best they've got is they get the puck to them and they immediately send it to somebody else. Excellent. Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
And that's one of I think the best parts about the MGHA is there isn't this feeling of, oh my God, what if I'm bad? Or what if I'm not good enough? Okay. Okay. Come hang out with us. Come play with us.
We make that a part of the culture too. We do evaluations during the preseason just because we want to make balanced teams.
Mhm.
Okay, we want to spread out all the good people and the new people so that the teams are roughly similar, so that they've all got an advantage. And every time we're like, this is not tryouts.
Mm-hmm.
You are on a team. It does not matter how well you do.
Yes.
We're just trying to make the game more fun for everybody.
Yes. It was also deeply terrifying.
I mean, it can be. We try not to make it terrifying, but it's hard.
It still feels like an exam. Just so everyone knows, that's how you're gonna feel. But it's not.
It's
important.
okay. There's no failing.
You will survive. Yeah, but yes, I completely agree. There isn't this, if you're not good enough, then you're not going to be on a team. Everyone gets to play. Everyone gets to be on a team. Everyone's getting the same amount of ice time.
And Kriona said it starts with community and it focuses on inclusion.
Mhm.
And so, Nathaniel, it sounds like that's been your
Mhm.
experience,
Mhm.
Great, we're doing our job.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
which
absolutely.
is so amazing. I completely understand. Do you guys hang out? Does everybody bond and go to dinner and stuff like that?
When we are at the Middleton rink, there is a place called the Eagle's Nest that lets you watch both rinks, and so people will congregate.
Oh,
there
sure.
between
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. I know that.
And the
Yeah.
DeForest rink is still under construction. There's not even a back wall behind the player benches yet, so we haven't quite figured that one out. But the building is still coming together.
So you don't even have to really go anywhere if you
Generally,
don't
no.
want
We
to,
get
kind
a
of.
food truck to come. That's a recent addition where the food truck will sit outside and you get food, and there's a bar at the Middleton rink,
Right.
and we have social sponsors. Then every week we'll rotate through. Okay, we're going to the kickback this week.
Social sponsors.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good for Minocqua to
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm. We'll work this out.
Mhm.
So Nathaniel, I want to thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing your experiences, because
Yeah.
he's like, hey, how's it going? And then he's up
Hey, do you want
there
to
And then I'm
just.
standing here.
But I
It's
feel
fine.
like this happens to you. Yeah, like you said, I think
It
this
does.
happens.
This is not the first time. This has
I
ever
see you.
happened.
I totally see you. Do you guys want to talk this thing about the essays is fascinating
Oh,
to
yeah.
me. Do you have that in
So,
your head? I'm not trying to put
yeah,
you on the spot now, Kriona, but
a thing every year that we do where towards the end of the season we email everyone and say, okay, we have a what gay hockey means to me essay contest. So we get people to write about how their experience in the league has been impactful. And what we'll do is the person that we vote for the best essay will get it published in Our Lives magazine, and then we'll pay their fees for the next season.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and so it's a great way to get people to write about how important this is in their lives.
Mhm.
And that's been a really powerful recruiting tool because we post all these on the website where anyone can read.
So do you have any that I know there are some on your website where people have talked about, and it's really hitting me tonight. And I think somebody on your website said this too, that the idea of a lot of kids as they're growing up not having played team sports.
Mhm.
And that resonates with me for a lot of reasons. I just don't think about it every day.
Mhm.
And so it makes such a huge, profound difference. And then you realize I am competitive, or I do have a skill, or I don't have a skill, but I can learn, or all
Yeah.
these things that kids learn, through sports, can come to you really at any age. Do you have essays that sort of stand out to you at all? I know there's people featured on your webpage. Not sure necessarily why, but
nothing's coming to mind right now.
okay.
A lot of there's a lot of themes of I was afraid of team sports.
Yeah.
I was afraid of competitive spaces, and I wasn't expecting it to be this welcoming.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that we see year after year.
That's amazing. And I'm more used to in my own life and with my son, the spaces that he was in, because he's a musical theater guy. So, there you go. Right. Like, yeah, it's a cliche, but it is what it is. But coming in, but he also ran cross country and I will give a plug to La Follette High School because he was out and they were accepting. And it was so great for him to be able to sort of stretch his wings, athletically and academically and musically, and but not everybody gets that chance, gets that acceptance. I hope it's more now than it was, for example, when I was young.
Mhm.
But
It's very different from when I was in high school.
and things might be backtracking again, which we hate to see. So that I really think that that's profound. That's what I'll go home thinking about tonight for sure.
There was a kid in the audience once who turned to the parent and goes, "Mom, is everyone here gay?" Well, not everyone.
I mean, but they're still
that's
okay,
majority.
even if they're not. Okay, we're still okay.
We
Yeah.
still love them.
Yeah, right.
They're weird, but we still love them.
They can't help it. They were born that way too.
Right.
Okay. Take pity, you guys. Is there anything else, Kriona, that you wanted to say, or Nathaniel? You too, for that matter.
Kind of black out when I'm up here. So
Yeah, no. Well, I know one thing we want to get to, and
Mhm.
maybe Mike can help. We have Mike here, our ably gifted tech guy. I don't know. What do you like to be called, Mike? What's your title? Engineer. Engineer. When in doubt,
Engineer.
engineer. And we have Scott here behind the bar. I know it sounds a little weird. I agree with you. Because of IT, that's kind of how I think. But okay, so Mike, our engineer of all things. So where was I going with that, Mike? I was going to the joining the league. That's where I was going. Thank you. I had one cider and here I am. So we were going to see if we could get the website on there like last time. That was my entire point. And if not, that's okay, because we will say the wwws and stuff. But tell us about recruiting, if you will, or
Yeah.
however you all think of it, and how people can get involved.
So what we do is we have the application open year round. We open recruiting typically in June, and then go from June until September or so. So you can fill out all of the information, and then we'll get in touch with you. We have a recruiting committee where we divvy up the work, and then people will reach out and see if you're still interested. And then if you are, then walk you through okay, we play pretty much every Sunday from September through March. These are the fees. The fees for the MGHA, I think because we have such economies of scale, tend to be a lot better than the other hockey organizations. In Madison this year, they were $375, which comparatively is cheap compared to other hockey organizations.
Well, or any sport.
Mm-hmm.
Nathaniel, I'm so happy to hear that you're with, what are they called? Badgerland?
Yeah. So Badgerland softball is the queer softball.
I
league.
love them. My
There's a
friend
lot
Jimmy.
of
My friend
crossover.
Jimmy's like a dude.
Oh,
I don't
love
want
Jimmy.
to say his whole name randomly,
I know
but
who Jimmy is.
Jimmy's my
Yeah.
neighbor, and sometimes we get in trouble together, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
That's-
My neighbor-ish.
You've explained so much about yourself. Just by
You hear that?
one
You hear that,
sentence.
James? Do you hear that? Yeah. So okay. So but I guess my point is any sport that you sign up for, is going to have some costs associated with it,
Mhm.
and it sounds like you guys try to help where you can with
Yep.
equipment and so forth.
Financials
Yeah.
to be a barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to plug there, I am fortunate enough to be able to pay my own way. But even then had to what asked was like, I can't afford all of this right now.
Mhm.
Can we fit? Yes.
Yep.
Can
That
we
was
do an
100%
installment
option.
plan?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Installments.
I'm paying over months, because it was like, I don't have,
Yeah.
I can't drop $400 right now, but I can do, I can make something work. And that was one of probably the easiest and most pleasant processes to navigate. Was
Shout
just
out to our treasurer.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. It didn't, I wasn't made to feel weird about asking
I love that.
hey, can I get
Yeah.
some help with this?
Yeah.
It was an easy conversation with Matt. He sent me over to the treasurer and was just like, hey, how does this work? Yeah, absolutely. And it was so lovely and so pleasant.
Amazing.
Yeah. So if you're thinking, if you're out there, you're listening and you're like, yeah, I don't have money for this, ask. I know people are wanting to help people, that's the inclusion is the whole thing.
We've got the stockpile of donated gear, that helps a bunch, because also when you're new, you're like, am I going to enjoy this long term?
Yeah.
Like,
do I want to invest in it? Exactly.
I took donated gear, and then once I fell in love with it, I bought all new gear and then donated it back to the league so someone else could use it.
Yeah, that's what I've said about next year. I'm like, probably next summer I'm going to buy just a bunch of whole new gear and just, it's fine. I'm done.
You start saving up.
Right.
A penny here, a penny. Oh, wait, there's no more pennies. Never mind. A nickel here, a nickel there.
R.I.P. Penny.
So do you want to talk about your website? And Mike, if we can get that up there, that'd be super.
Sure. So the website is one of the ways that we're able to function. With a league this large, it's really hard to manage everybody. So we do pretty much everything through the website. You can, when you are a member of the league, you can say, these are the games I'm attending. These are the games I'm going to be absent in. I want to sub in these games. You get reminders about, here is your scorebox shift. I think those are the big parts.
I was wondering if I could even sign up to be a sub when I looked at your website.
So we want
the
everyone.
teams, and then do you want to be a sub? No.
Yeah, we generally don't accept subs outside of the
No,
league.
I
we
get
want
it.
people to go through orientation.
But it's sort of like whatever that app was. Oh, you can tell how long it's been since I've been to the gym. But it reminded me a little bit of that app where you sign up for your classes, at different gyms or yoga studios or whatever, which is convenient as heck. So once you're in, then you can just navigate your world on the web. That's great.
Yeah.
So you want to say the wwws for Mike to put in there?
MadisonGayHockey.org.
He's probably got it up there
Great.
already
Excellent.
because he's an engineer.
And then
So I'm sorry. And so you said, just to be clear, anytime you can do this?
Yep, we'll hang on to the application until about June. We typically open up the next season in the months leading up. It depends on the contracts with the ice rinks. And then we give returning players the option to say, yep, I'm going to play again next season. So we want to give them some time to be able to commit. And then we'll know roughly how many people we can add to the league. And there's turnover every year, so there's always some space. But then once we've given existing members enough time, then we start reaching out to new applicants, and that's usually in June.
That's great. Is there anything else you guys wanted to say?
No. I don't think so.
No.
Anyone in the tap room have any questions? You want to strap on those skates, Scott? I can't see if Scott's over there, but
I definitely am interested.
oh, we got somebody back here. I can't. Okay. Oh, hi.
I don't need to talk to y'all on microphone.
Oh no. Okay. So we have a customer who will indicate his interest off camera. See, it's what we're here for. It's what we're here for. We're just trying to make a dent. So I think, without further ado, unless you guys have any last minute things, I want to thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm having such a great time.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know.
I'm glad.
I don't know why the whole thing about the team names just is going to put me in a good mood for days. Cookie Monster.
They're hysterical.
One of my
I love that creativity.
My team from, I think, last year, 2 years ago, was Deja Blue. And then we
That's a
put
good one.
Deja Blue for the jersey name for every player. And the refs really didn't like it.
Oh my God.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, That could be confusing.
That
Yeah.
was everything.
I said to Kriona, it's like people picking drag names. That is just the
Kinda
most
is.
creative process I've ever seen in my actual personal life. But
I do have one more. We were a cheese themed team, and they asked us for names for the back of our jersey. And I'm excitable. I put a lot of exclamation marks. So I said, I want to be Velveeta with an exclamation mark. And then they printed the exclamation mark on my jersey.
they,
They did.
oh, I wouldn't even know that was a character that
Yeah,
you could. Can you
apparently, yes.
put a pound sign and an @ sign? You could do all
Probably.
sorts of things with your
That's
jersey
Funny.
at Kriona.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with the teams and the jersey names.
That's the best stuff, is having the fun, building the community. I'm so happy you guys came in. I'm
Yeah,
going to
thanks for
come to
having
your
us.
games. You're probably not going to see me on my
Well, let me know.
my white lady figure skates that I think I still have. I used to have like 3 pairs at one time. Okay.
Wow.
It's like
Dedicated.
professional Olympic style.
Mhm.
So I want to thank you guys for coming in. I want to say to our audience that we will be here next week. And we will have Chris Walker, who's becoming our good friend. He's a political journalist who lives in Monona, actually. He's my pal over there in Monona, but he writes for Truth Out. And I'm not going to commit to what he will be talking about because the last time he came in here, things changed. You know how it is these days. But he will be talking about political topics du jour. I know he wants to talk about potentially maybe redistricting and some things like that. But I will leave that up to him, and we will see him next week. And then, just as a little teaser, we will see him probably once a month doing a podcast type of format. He's going to bring in some folks because he has great connections. And so it's all about building the network. Which we're trying to do. So we will see you guys back next week. We will not see you the 2 following weeks after that here because we're going to have music on the 23rd with my good old friend Ann Christopher, who will be here singing Christmas carols, and who knows what else might happen. It could all go crazy up in here. And then it will be New Year's-ish. And so I wish you all a happy New Year, and we will see you next week. And thanks, Mike. Oh my God, you guys are black.